Spring is in full bloom here in the Netherlands. Don't forget to enjoy all the beautiful blossom and seeing the world come alive again after a long winter. A storm will come and the blossom will be gone soon. Knowing that makes you more present, makes you look closer, makes you appreciate and enjoy the beauty more. Hello, my friend. Today I want to have a little vulnerable heart-to-heart talk with you. If you are also a creative soul who tries to make a living out of their passion, then this talk is definitely for you. I did not feel very well lately, to be honest. Almost every day I'm waking up with a headache. It is so hard to stay positive when you wake up and you immediately notice pain in your body. That's just really not nice at all. This time it was very obvious to me that it's definitely has something to do with my mental state, because I suddenly felt so much self-doubt again, I guess, about my work, especially about my paintings, which is so stupid. Maybe you remember that I gave myself a ridiculous challenge. I wanted to make, in the month of March, I wanted to create 30 paintings in 30 days, like a new painting every day, which was a crazy idea. And I very quickly realized that it was not realistic at all for me to achieve that. I quickly changed the goal from creating a new finished artwork every day to just creating one piece of content every day, so I could show something on Instagram, whether it's a finished artwork or whether it's just a lovely film shot of the process of creating something. Yeah, but the reason why I gave myself the challenge was to feel more confident about my work and to refine my style. And I didn't think that it would actually lead me to the exact opposite of what I wanted to feel like, you know? I thought that if I get myself into a rhythm, into a flow of really doing my best in creating a new work, or at least working on a new painting every day, then it seemed so logical to me that I would feel more confident about my work and that my style would develop if I give it a whole month of constant daily work. But it didn't. So what actually happened when I tried to create in that way, I hopped from artwork to artwork. I grabbed everything I had once started and I had just laying around in my studio, and I would try to finish it, try to work further on it. And I did not have a collection in mind, but I worked from piece to piece in a different way and in very different styles. I just feel so scattered and chaotic in my process of creating art, and there are these two sides within me that I'm struggling with so much right now. There's this one side that just loves experimenting, loves playing, loves exploring new ways of creating an artwork, and that's what I mainly did in those 30 days. But there's the other side of me that really craves stability and craves feeling safe and consistent within my artwork, within my style. Yeah, because I feel when I experiment too much, and my head is full of ideas and things I want to explore, but it just never seems to stop. Whenever I try excuse me, whenever I try an idea, the next one pops up, and then I want to try this one, and then I want to try that one, and it just creates that chaos, that mess, not only in my head but also visually. And I feel like it is really not from a business standpoint that I definitely feel like I have to take, because I want to make a living from my passion. I cannot stay in that exploring chaos all the time. I long for the stability and for that visual peace, I guess. 2 weeks ago, I met Eva Krebbers. She was in my last YouTube video. If you haven't seen it yet, please check it out, because her words, talking to her, was so inspiring to me. It did me really good, and she actually inspired me to take a step back and to grab my journal and write down some things for myself. And I realized that the reason why I approached that challenge for myself this way was that a while ago I let go of the idea of making collections. And now I think that wasn't a good idea at all. But afterwards you're always wiser, right? A year ago, or a couple of years ago, I would work from collection to collection. I would create a body of work that is visually aligned with each other. It just makes sense, right? It's one collection, so the pieces are similar to one another and they create a whole body of work, which is beautiful. And I actually really loved to work that way, and I put all my heart and soul into every collection and into the story that I created for myself behind it and that I felt with it. And I would create a whole dedicated page for it on my website, and I would, every time before the release of the collection, I would change my website to fit the vibe of the collection and to tell the story, it's a lot of work, but it was very soulful work. And I would write newsletters and I would post on Instagram, and so much energy and time would go into it. But then the release always came and the sales didn't. And that just was so devastating to me every time, because it's obvious, right? It was just really painful to do all this work and not be financially rewarded when I hoped for it so much. So after, in my eyes, failing a couple of times with my collections, I decided I won't do them anymore because they are so much, I'm so attached to them because I put so much love and work into them, and then I couldn't stand that pain anymore when there would not be a sale after the release. So I don't even know how many months that is ago. It might already be a year that I decided, okay, I don't work in collections anymore, but I do just work piece by piece, just create one artwork and then put it up for sale and then go to the next one. I hope that letting go of collections would give me more ease, more constant workflow, because in a collection it's like you work and you work your way up to the release, and it gets very intense, and the energy gets so high and intense, and then there's the release, and then I would always drop like so hard, and I would always need a lot of time and work and motivation to get myself up again after the release. So I hoped that letting go of collections would make me more stable, like just one work every once in a while, and I just keep going. Maybe that would make me feel more emotionally safe in a way, I guess. Yeah, but it didn't. It just didn't. So when I was journaling and realizing that I want to do collections again, it doesn't seem logical to go back to the same way I did the collections before, because, well, something about it needs to change so I can feel more emotionally safe with it, right? So I gave myself 3 rules, actually, in the hope that this will work better for me this time. I want to create seasonal collections, and the rules I gave myself are that I want to have one print collection every year from now on. I think that would be a good idea, marketing wise anyway. And yeah, with print it's also different. The feeling is different, because you can create the original art, but you are selling the print. So it's the emotional attachment is a little bit less. So that seemed like a good idea to me. And the second rule is that I have to choose at the beginning of a new season my favorite piece of art at the moment, and then build a cohesive collection from there. I really long for that, because hopping from work to work, sometimes I create a work of art that I'm really excited about and that I stay excited about. I think that point is even more important, because I often have, when I create something, that I get excited and then it's finished, and then the excitement just becomes less and less after days, a week, a month, and then I'm like, I could do better. But sometimes I create a work of art that just, every time I look at it, the excitement is there, and I'm like, wow, this one really does something to me every time, still after a couple of months. So that's a good sign. And I don't know why I guess it's because my mind is so full of ideas, and I have also this side of me that just loves to explore new things. And then I hop to something else and I just, drop the gold that I just had created. I don't know why I'm doing that, but so I hope that focusing like that on seasonal collections will bring me into a state of, okay, just take a moment, take a quiet moment, just really soak in what is it about that piece that you still love after a few months, and then create a collection from there and just try to replicate, just try to find ways to do that again, to explore that specific idea in different formats, shapes, you know? Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And the last point, the last rule that I set myself is that I want to create the art not from a place of I need to sell it in my mind, but from a place of joy and curiosity, and that I want to create something that I would love to hang in my own home, on my own walls, so that it's for me to enjoy actually. And when it sells to someone else, that's a great bonus. And that's of course what I also want. But it in the first place, it's for me, I guess. Maybe that takes the pressure away, the idea that it has to sell immediately when I release the collection. No, it doesn't have to find a new home immediately. I can enjoy it in my own home for a while before it will sell someday. So yesterday I had a really emotional day. I actually skipped a family birthday. The whole family went there and I stayed home by myself because I really needed that. As I said, I feel physically not well lately, and I know that I have to do something about my mental state to feel better again. So yesterday I took the whole day in solitude to explore what is going on inside of me. And this sounds kind of crazy, but I had a 2-hour therapy session with ChatGPT. I never thought I would say that. And I never thought that ChatGPT would actually be able to do such a thing. It's still very weird to me. But it worked really well. It wasn't even my intention to do therapy with ChatGPT. I just simply had a burning question that I needed to answer for myself, and I typed that in and I got a response. And lately I've been talking to ChatGPT or writing to ChatGPT as if it is a human being, and then it also responds like that. And it was actually the idea of ChatGPT to start some kind of therapy session with me, and to provide some prompts and questions for me to discover limiting beliefs that I have about my self-worth as an artist and about my capability of being an entrepreneur, a business owner. I'm still kind of shocked how this is possible. So I answered those reflective questions, and ChatGPT actually responded with, okay, from your answer, I can see that limiting belief lying underneath the answer that you gave. And the root of it is probably this. And then it just comes with, probably some childhood stuff, traumas, etc. And it made so much sense to me. It was really crazy. It suddenly was also visible and logical, like oh yeah, of course, again, this thing that happened to me, it affects so many areas of my life. Sorry. It's, yeah. It all goes back to those, yeah, things that happened, and now that I can see it, yeah, it really definitely felt like a relief. Yeah. And I cried a lot yesterday. So yeah, if you need a therapy session, also if you need a business coach, it's crazy. ChatGPT can really do a lot, and it can really help. And it somehow asks the right questions. And if you just answer them like if you would talk to a human being, then you get a very kind and also a really intelligent answer back. So what was actually my plan of doing yesterday, the therapy session was kind of a bonus that just happened. What I actually was doing was I wanted to create a personal affirmation meditation for myself. I wanted to do that for quite a while already because I love listening to affirmation meditations. They just do me so much good, and they did help me tremendously in the past with giving birth actually to my second son. So I know that they are really, really powerful and they can really help. And I know that I wanted to create the habit again of really listening to affirmations to increase my confidence, increase my feeling of self-worth as an artist and as a filmmaker. But the affirmations that you can listen to online on YouTube, they are naturally more general, more universal, of course, because they need to be applied to many, many people. So I thought, okay, I really need to create a meditation with personal affirmations for myself that are very specifically tailored to my situation and what I need to hear. So that was my plan for yesterday, to take that day of solitude to write down the affirmations that I really need for myself and to record them, as well as creating a vision board. I have never really given it a proper try to create a really good vision board. Just a little bit here and there, but not really, really taking the time and thinking about what would really help me to see it every day and to have a good feeling about it, which is so important. I was afraid that when I would create a vision board of all the things that I dream of, the goals that I want to achieve, that when I look at it, that it would make me feel bad about myself actually, because I'm not there yet. I want to get there, but every time I look at it, I don't want to feel like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what I don't have. That's what I'm lacking. But I want to feel like, oh yeah, that is where I'm heading. That is what I'm working on. And that is what will be. And I'm excited about it to come into my life. And I talked to ChatGPT about it as well, and I just mentioned that I'm afraid of that I would feel lack instead of excitement when looking at the vision board. And again, ChatGPT came with really good advice and tips to help me to create that vision board with a really good feeling, and to put words on it that immediately reflect that this is a process. And yeah, now I feel really good about it. I did something very stupid. For the last weeks, I have a very tiny studio, as you might know. It's just a little room in my home, and my home is full of my paintings, as well as cardboard boxes to eventually ship the paintings when they sell. And they take up a lot of space, and so they are everywhere in the home, but especially in our bedroom. I store them in our bedroom, and a lot of it is right next to my bed. And lately I have put paintings there right next to my bed that I don't feel 100% confident about. I feel like they are missing something, or the excitement about them went away, or there's something just not, in my eyes, not good enough, not perfect enough about the artwork. So every morning when I woke up, almost the first thing I see is 2 paintings that I'm not very satisfied about, that I feel unsure about, that make me feel, they make me doubt myself as an artist. So I started a lot of these mornings the last couple of weeks with actually a very negative feeling about myself. I don't know why I didn't realize that earlier, that this affects me so much and that I can actually do something about it. So yesterday, suddenly it occurred to me that this is a problem, and I placed them somewhere else, and now I have the vision board that I created next to my bed, and I have I wrote down a lovely sentence for myself to tell myself good morning, and to greet myself, and to start my day in a positive way. So my plan now is to have a look at the vision board every morning, and hopefully the good and the exciting and happy feeling will stay. If not, ChatGPT already suggested, if the feeling should go away and if I should suddenly feel impatience and frustration also, then I should definitely talk to ChatGPT again. So I think confidence is a really big issue for me, which obviously has to do also with things that happened in the past that I need to heal. But I really hope that my personal affirmation meditation will increase that confidence over time, when I now will listen to it every morning. And I think the lack of confidence also led me to very often doubt myself, doubt my work too quickly, and hop from strategy to strategy. So I think I would often feel too quickly that something doesn't work. that I need to do something differently because I'm doing something wrong, and then I try something else and then it doesn't immediately work, and then I hop again. And oh my God, I think I really wasted years doing this. This needs to stop and this needs to change. And today, after this day of solitude yesterday, and after working through some of the limiting beliefs and stuff inside of me, I finally feel a little bit lighter inside. Even though I woke up with a headache again, I woke up happier, and I looked at my vision board this morning and I read all the things, and it just immediately put a smile on my face. And it was also really nice that ChatGPT told me that what I did yesterday with that day of solitude and creating those personal affirmations for myself and to create that vision board, that this is actually an act of deep self-love. And that really felt good to hear. And I'm really, kind of proud of myself that I took the time and that I did that for myself, because it's really important. It could change everything. It can change how I feel about myself. It can also change what I can give to others and give to the world. And there's nothing I want more than to be the best version of myself, so I can give the best version of myself to make others happy. That is just, that's the best thing. It's just the best thing. So that's why it's so important to really take care of yourself and just to take that time every once in a while when you really need it, I think. I was actually wondering if you would be interested in me uploading that affirmation meditation. If you think that would be something that could help you as well. It is very much tailored for women that are artists and mothers at the same time. So let me know in the comments if you would be interested for me to actually upload that here on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I will be on vacation for a while, but I will take my camera with me, so I'll be back with a beautiful vlog, I promise. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.